Hello, hello. Okay. Hey guys, it's GriffinOni here, and welcome to another live stream. See some people have already joined. Welcome. Today, we are going to be doing another live stream of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Now, I do apologize for kind of the late start to today's stream. Normally, when I stream on weekends, I stream like usually around 4:15 p.m. But I had to wait a couple hours today because I had a concert to do with my choral society today. And that had to take immediate priorities. Even though I wasn't really a big fan of all the music that we sang today, just the timing was just not great for the theme of the concert overall. But I went in, did the music. Yeah, I've said hi to like one or two people at the end because no one was there to see me, and I left. So business taken care of. I've taken a set to just kind of relax a little bit afterwards, and now I am ready to do some more Pokemon. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's get to the live scene and kind of get things situated for tonight. Get my Switch 2 up and running here. Hope everyone's been having a good weekend. I hope you're all looking forward to next weekend, because next weekend, of course, we have a lot of extra time next weekend between a Good Friday and Easter, and my mic stand's giving out on me here. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Mic stand scuff here. Let's see. Opinions on Death Stranding, GriffinOni. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Femboy Mike. I don't really have any well-informed opinions on Death Stranding. I'll just be honest. I played a little bit of it. I've not played the second one. I cannot say that I have gone into like too deep into it for me to have a really well-informed opinion of Death Stranding. So I would love to say what my honest thoughts are, but I don't think it's really fair for me to give them, given the current circumstances. Okay, mic's been fixed up. Situation's been resolved. So let me just get my source projector up and running here, and then we'll be good. I know that the output looks a little weird now. You gotta, again, for those of you who are not familiar with my methods of doing this particular stream, you gotta trust me on this one, because it all works out. But I have to kind of crop things a little weird so it looks its best for you guys. Okay. Back to it. Streams up, windows up, mic on. Let's go. And now you kind of see why, hopefully. Okay. Resuming from where we left off. Fortunately, all my time is here this time. As a reminder, we kind of talked about the importance of using the save state feature just for the sake of having the safety net in case that glitch pops up. What's up, Rainen? So we're gonna just have that in play. I'm not gonna rely on it as far as like any gameplay mechanics is concerned, but every now and then I am going to periodically do it. So, the first thing I want to do, because I want to get Growlithe kind of competent level, I'm gonna take some time. We're gonna take just a few minutes to go through the third segment of Mount Battle, and we're gonna get Growlithe where I need it to be. I'm pretty sure Growlithe currently has, well, it doesn't have anything equipped, but let's give it the charcoal for now. It's not going to matter too much right now, but still. Yo, W game, absolutely W game. This is a great game. Like, I really do love this game. It, like, despite the problems it may be having the Switch too, like, this is a great game. I do love it. Is that Roblox? No, it is not. Okay, we are not going to Mount Battle because the spot monitor is responding. Okay, Oasis. Elizabeth, Patch, to answer your question, this is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is a GameCube game that was released in 2005. That was released on Nintendo Switch 2's kind of online feature here. And Phanpy. That's one way to get things started with Growlithe, I suppose. I seriously doubt there's any way that Phanpy is going to survive this, no matter what Growlithe does. So let's do Shadow Wave and see what happens. Yeah, I figured. At this point, we don't need Phanpy. The only reason I have the Wild Zone going because I need Surskit to kind of round out my collection. So I've done everything else I can do on the other two Pokespots for now. Okay, Mount Battle, please. This will also give me a good opportunity to grind a little bit before we kind of really delve deep into the second dungeon. We got, well, the first dungeon of the day. We did get like a little ways in the last time, but there's still a lot that we can do. So we're going to continue from Area 3. As we kind of established in the very first stream, Area 3 like is decently hard. Like the Mount Battle, the Mount Battle thing kind of really does accelerate. DJ House, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, this will work. It's Area 3 now. It's a different experience than Area 2. Because, yeah, like, the areas of Mount Battle are no joke. They really ramp up the difficulty. Like, if you want to do the whole thing, you really have to be at your absolute peak A game. Because you're probably thinking, like, oh, we've done, like, a handful of dungeons now. Like, certainly, like, we're overleveled. Like, no, not really. Like, obviously, we could be lower. Like, we could be higher level, and so could they. But, like, 27's not too far off from what we've been seeing before. So... yeah, it's pretty good, and it's going to be a good, again, a good bit of training for Growlithe, just as far as getting it kind of where I need it to be quickly. Okay, Shadow Blitz, Secret Power. And don't let the fact that we're working with two Pokemon right now against the one fool you. Like, it will get harder. That first battle with just the level 27 Raichu is just kind of to force you to acclimate to the level really quickly. Like, all the subsequent ones should be double battles up from this point onward. And as always, with anything that is posted in the live chat by my Nightbot, highly suggest you click it. It's all really beneficial stuff. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Blue Sky. You can join the Discord server for kind of continued updating things. Anything that you can do with those links is highly appreciated, but of course never required. Okay, so we do Shadow Wave and Fake Out. Yeah, level 28, 29, so we're really not all that far ahead as far as the levels are concerned. Alright, Shadow Wave again, and this time we'll do Giga Drain on Goldeen. Oh boy. Hang in there, Growlithe. In case those of you are wondering, Togetic in this game is a normal flying type, so Shadow Ball does not work on it because in later games it's fairy flying, but here, no, that's not applicable. Oops, end up with a loss. Okay. Again, the sooner we get Growlithe's purification dealt with, the sooner we can focus on the main plot here. Are you enjoying your training? No. I'm not. I'm here to grind to get Growlithe ahead of the game. Also, anything that we do right here will still continue to benefit Cosmic, because Cosmic still needs to work up the levels a little bit more. Shadow Wave, Fake Out, Coughing. Okay, let's do Seeker Power on Coughing, eliminate it quickly. I don't know why I thought Shadow Ball wouldn't work. Shadow Ball is just as effective, but it does give Growlithe the win. Alright, Lockroot level 32. Alright, and now Shadow Wave again, and we'll do Giga Drain on Fluffy. Oh, there we go. Critical hit. That's what we love to see, chat. Alright, Cosmic here again. Growlithe using Shadow Wave. Just to be certain. Okay. I had my doubts for a second. There's no fun in losing. That's true, but I have to win, so you must lose. I admire you. I love to battle, but I really don't like training very much. But why are you here? This doesn't make the lick of sense to me. Growlithe has 69 HP. You can laugh now, chat. Growlithe has the funny number. Don't you think dark Pokemon are cool? And raw Pokemon, why they're sturdy and solid. Yes, sir. I sure do like them. Casual guy Napole. You almost have a reasonable name, but still not quite. Okay, Shadow Wave again, and yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do Giga Drain. Critical hit Giga Drain again. Let's go, Locke. You are proving yourself very valuable. Oh boy. Okay, Shadow Blitz and Secret Power. Okay, good. When I battle, I like to use specific types of Pokemon. That's my style. Do you have any preferred types? Not particularly. Okay, we're gonna switch to Luxord next. Cosmic is getting really close. I realize Cosmic is level 35, but we are almost where I need Cosmic to be for me to take the EXP share off of it and give it to someone else. I just need Cosmic to get to level 36, and then we will be golden, chat. What is with it? Like, we're doing this again? Why the one Pokemon, though? What's with you people? Alright, well, Growlithe got a new move unlocked, Bite. Doesn't particularly matter in this immediate situation, but hey, at least Luxord can show off Bite, too. Team? So team right now consists of Growlithe, Jolteon, Shiftry, Celio. Let's see, Growlithe, Jolteon, Shiftry, Celio, Baltoy, and who else? Where am I? Ursaring. I was using a Namel for a good little while, but at a certain point, I just decided to stop because the Namel just proved to be too inconsistent. I was running into too many problems with it. So I decided to kind of prioritize just a more well-rounded fire type. And when Growlithe came up, I was like, oh, I'm going to take that. Way to go. You beat me totally. I'll take you on my prized Pokemon. Alright, Ryder Attil would like to battle. Okay, so I have Teddiursa and Fortress. It'd be nicer if Growlithe had a fire type move available right now, but it's not like it doesn't have super effective options with Shadow Wave. So we'll concentrate our fire on Fortress for now. Or not. That was a mistake. Okay, Shadow Wave again, Thundershock again. Fortress is not going to use Protect again because that's how it works. I do like the fact that you don't have to necessarily wait for the attack response animation to fully finish. Like, they will continue the battle afterwards, because you saw Teddiursa kind of get started with its deal as Fortress was recovering from the hit, which is pretty cool. Let's do Thundershock and just get Teddiursa off the field, hopefully. Dang it. Okay, Shadow Blitz and Thunder Shock. Go. Okay, that's another one down. All right, Nose Pass is ready to be purified. We'll deal with that a little later. You are but a child, and yet you are in training. Most impressive. Kermdingen... What the heck? Kermdingen Metzen? What is that trainer class? I'm gonna need to look that up later. Editor Griffin, we make a short out of this. Like, please confirm what the definition of Kermdingen... I can't even think of the word. That's so... I've never seen that word before. Okay, let's concentrate on Houndour. Between the two, Houndour is a more potent threat. Alright, Shadow Wave again, and let's do Thunder Shock one more time. Alright, Shadow Wave one more time. And Thunder Shock on Corsola. Let's go. A little late to be doing Odor Sleuth, methinks. Oh, of course, the signature attack, Spike Cannon. Ow. 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 Okay, there we go. We are inching ever closer to Growlithe's purification. And the sooner we get to that, the sooner we can press on. Can your party overcome my Pokemon's Intimidate ability? I'm gonna call either Mightyena or Masquerain, one of the two. Boom, baby! I know this game too well. Okay, let's try to eliminate Corphish first. Masquerain is not as much of a threat. Especially since it is, it's just bug flying and not, bug water. So yeah, I think we've, overcome Intimidate relatively well. All things considered. Alright, Shadow Blitz, Thunder Shock. This ought to do it. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Concentrate level 36. Now to finish up Jepson here. God, close. It just didn't quite work. You are like the worst one so far. More importantly, though, Cosmic is finally evolving. Baltoy is such a pain to evolve, but it is totally worth it. Because in doing so, we get Claydol. Cosmic is evolved into Claydol. Let's go. Wants to learn Hyper Beam. Let me think here. I'm not likely to use self-destruct anytime soon. I'll put in Hyper Beam for now, but if I get Explosion later, I'll probably switch it out. So there we go. Cosmic has learned Hyper Beam. Let's go, chat. How do you like the Parry Masquerade and Corphish? Quite the combination, hey? It's alright. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. Since Cosmic is at level 36, let's give Urshifu the EXP share. Thick Fat and Water Absorb. Can you beat that combination? It's an interesting combo to be sure. So Thick Fat ostensibly gives you a resistance to fire and ice, whereas Water Absorb negates water type damage. But my solution is don't use any of those and just use Shadow Wave. So do Thunder Shock on Celio and then concentrate our Shadow Waves on both. I don't think Shadow Wave's gonna do that to both. Like, it'll definitely do, like, I'm not sure it'll be enough to eliminate Celio, because I only did so much to Quagsire, and yeah, as I thought, the divvying in damage is just too much. So I found out earlier today, well, actually earlier yesterday, because I had to do dress rehearsal yesterday. I was heading dress rehearsal for my concert, and on my way, I passed IHOP, and this particular IHOP location is one that like me and my friends go to once a year for our alumni weekend. And this IHOP location has now melded with Applebee's, so it is both IHOP and Applebee's at the same time. And I can't really put into words, but I don't like that at all. I really don't care for the fact that the IHOP is melded with Applebee's, and it's IHOP / Applebee's now. Because like, it's not like the location has expanded its size. It's just melding two restaurants stuff together. And my biggest concern is that it's just going to make both menus worse. I'm not an Applebee's fan. Thank you. I'm glad we're on the same page about this. I'm struggling to justify it to Paige. Which Pokemon type was your favorite to use in battle? Oh man, really? Spot Monitor? Okay, well, we're about to deal with Area 30, so we can deal with that quickly. Pokemon, my favorite type combination, I would say either water and ground, or Steel Psychic. Those are probably some of my favorites. Water ground types are just some of my favorite Pokemon in general, because you have Wooper Quagsire, you have Shellis Gastrodon, and Gastrodon's straight up my favorite Pokemon ever. And then you have Marshtomp and Swampert, which, if you didn't know, Swampert is actually, in terms of like its base stat total, like the most powerful starter Pokemon ever. Like, has a higher base stat total than any other like Final Form starter Pokemon. And that's as of Gen 3, and that's as of like today. That's all time. Chili's over Applebee's all day. All right, well, and now we're at a bit of an impasse. I'm not a big fan of Chili's, but you have to also understand that I live in an area where there is Tex-Mex. So, you know, I'm not going to go to Chili's for tacos when there's actual good taco places to go. Lillero looks like Bill Gates and play Pokemon at Gale of Darkness because he wants to be different. Ignores superior modern Pokemon games. Listen, I don't ignore them. I did a whole like thorough playthrough of Pokemon Legends ZA. I did everything. But I've also, in doing everything, there really isn't anything else to cover. But if I had to choose, I'd go choose. Okay, fair enough, Eric. Also, like, user CX2, like, oh, you're gonna compare me to Bill Gates, be like, oh, it looks like Bill Gates. Like, I look like the guy who has made billions and billions of dollars making one of the most successful tech industries known on the face of the earth. Fine, I'll take it. I know it's not what you meant, but a man can dream. You look like a stepdad. Yo, listen, stepdad slap. When they like there is definitely a vibe to be had with stepdads. Like when they're good stepdads, they're like the best kind. When they're deadbeats, that's a problem though. But I am no stepdad. I am father to no one, legally, biologically, or otherwise. Okay, there we go. Alright, we are decent indeed. Now, I would love to continue with Mount Battle, and I do intend to. But we do need to take a second to go out because the spot monitor is responding. I need to check to see if it's Surskit. All right, what do we got? TM34. What is that? Let's go back to the entrance. Hold the amazing animation just to teleport us back. What is TM34? That is Shockwave. Oh, I actually need that. I'm 100% going to teach that to Luke Sword because Shockwave is it's better than Thunder Shock. It has more power and is guaranteed to not miss. And like you may be thinking like, oh, what about the effect of Paralyze? Well, I have Thunder Wave in Luke Sword's moveset. I done Coliseum. I love Pokemon Coliseum. If it were up to me, I would have had Coliseum come out first, but I don't know why they decided to go with XD being released on the Switch 2 first, but not gonna complain because this game is also really good in its own way. Finally! God, Surskit, you've been so elusive. I really hope you're a decently high level though. Otherwise it's gonna be very difficult. 18. I'm just gonna go for it, honestly. I'm gonna just see if I can. I needed Surskit badly. This is literally the one Pokemon I have not gotten for the wild areas. Like, I've gotten all the rare ones from all the others. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky though. Okay, I know exactly what we're gonna do. I know exactly what we're gonna do. Hold on. We're not gonna keep Growlithe out here. So we're going to do Luke Sword. And we're gonna use Thunder Wave and try to beat the odds. I know it'd be easier if I could lower its HP, but I'm not comfortable doing that, and I really do not want to knock out this Surskit because that's gonna be a problem. Pokemon Coliseum is definitely better when it comes to no physical special split in this game. Yes, that is very true. The weird thing is, like, I think they really did intend to, like, do the physical special split here. They just never happened because if you notice, the moves are programmed slightly differently. Because when abilities were implemented, one thing that had to be factored in with moves is whether or not moves make physical contact. And there are moves that are special attacks that do make physical contact. They need a remaster of Pokemon Coliseum for a Switch. I 100% agree. If they had that, then we'd be good. There! Guess who went to the Con Chicago? I have no idea. I assume you. I assume you, L_NK. But, I I think the more pertinent question is what specific. Oh yeah, yeah. See, I'm right. That's cool. I'm glad you got to go. Okay, so that takes care of Surskit. I am still gonna leave it there because I would like to get a second Surskit just for the sake of it. But moving forward, like once we get done completely with Mountain Battle, I will not need to. Charizard, Moltres, or Ho-Oh. So it really depends. So if we're talking this particular generation, like Gen 3, then I would say like Charizard definitely. The problem is with Gen 4, especially in like a lot of later Pokemon games, it really depends on whether or not Stealth Rock is available, because Stealth Rock really cripples all three of them. I would say, like, speaking in general, I would say Charizard is better if you want a Pokemon with like a wide variety in its natural moveset. But otherwise, I would say Ho-Oh second, and then Moltres third. Only because like Moltres is like typically not available until very late in the game. Pokemon Heart Gold is the worst example of Moltres being available late game, because you cannot do like Moltres until you get to the very final dungeon of the game. That's like 16 badges and a bunch of other stuff. Final. We haven't even covered Moltres in my Let's Play yet. Flower Power just subscribed. Thank you very much. Alright, this is where Area 4 begins. I got a shiny Hisuian Zora plush, which is one of my first regional variant Pokemon. Nice. I have several plushies. I have a Wooloo plushie, I have a Cynical plushie, I have a Gastrodon plushie. I have both Whoopers. I have a Lucario plushie. I have the how do I spell this? I have the can't remember what it's called. It's something pants. It's the it's like that special plushie that Hoodlum Callum released a ways back. Okay, unfortunately we need to concentrate our attention on the Rhyhorn, because Rhyhorn has Lightning Rod, I guarantee you. Dang it. Okay, that's good, actually. Growlithe is finally getting into reverse mode. I just need to survive this turn. And stupid decisions by the AI like that are what's going to get me through this. Rock Blast may be a problem. No. Okay. Okay. Hold on, Growlithe. Okay, we're gonna call, and then gonna bite Rhyhorn and get off the field. Link90 just subscribed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alertbox, for finally responding properly. It didn't, like, I feel bad because like the alert box didn't go off at all in yesterday's stream, and yet it was so successful. We had hundreds of views, we had multiple new subscribers, and I feel bad for not properly acknowledging them, but it wasn't brought to my attention because the alert box didn't go off properly. But yeah, I appreciate any and all the subscribers. I especially appreciate it if you would be willing to click any of the links that Nightbot suggests, because the Nightbot does suggest some very helpful links for the channel. Gives you access to some of my other channels, my Blue Sky profile, gives you avenue to directly donate if you want to. And now Shockwave. Critical hit, first try, let's go. So it is Lincoln 90. Alright, wait, you are strong. Gee, if you're that strong, you don't need any training. Nice thing about going through my battle is after you do a battle, all your Pokemon are fully restored. So I don't need to necessarily worry about restoring Growlithe so that way you can get back into the fight. I could just keep pressing on. Are you good at battling against the Psychic type? As a matter of fact, I am. Both my Pokemon have moves that are super effective against Psychic types. Not that it really matters for Growlithe's case, but... Really? Just Curlia? What is wrong with you people? Okay, I'm still going to keep doing Shadow Blitz because the Shadow Blitz is what's going to trigger the reverse mode more often than not. Or hyper mode, I get. It's hyper mode? It's one of the two modes. I always forget what it's called in this game. I want to say it's reverse mode in this game and hyper mode in Coliseum. But it doesn't matter because she only had one Pokemon and Jolteon knocked it out immediately. Okay, let's just make another safety net. Again, it's for the sake of ensuring that the infamous glitch that has plagued this game for the Pokemon community does not present a genuine threat to me. Especially since it already screwed me once. Alright, Growlithe looks sword again. Alright, only 2 more to go. So we're getting real close to the end, but we still need to press ahead. Love Disc is done. Let's do Shadow Blitz and Shockwave. Let's go. Okay, that takes care of that. Well, I'm about serious with no strain. That's why they're so good. I actually do like this particular segment of Mount Battle a lot. Just the interior of the mountain itself. I just find it to be a really, really cool area, despite how hot it is. Heyo. But I really do like this area a lot. Okay, Growlithe now knows Takedown. Let's do Shadow Wave and Shockwave. What's up, Penguin has a coffee? Hope you're having a good day. My boy Growlithe is using Shadow Wave. Let's do, let's see. Shadow Blitz on Beldum, Shock Wave on Quillfish. I'm positive the Shock Wave will be enough. Ah, there we go. Archfigure level 33. I'm not, but that's okay. How are you? Oh, well, I'm sorry you're not having a good day. I'm doing all right. I had a concert with my choral society today, and I didn't personally care for it. Like, I understand what my director's decision, like what her thought process was, but the whole concert was meant to be like super like patriotic for our country. And like, I get it, because America does, the United States of America does turn 250 this year, and I recognize that that's only going to ever happen once. But at the same time, when you factor in anything that's happened over the last, well, I mean, let's be honest, I could say any metric of time between 1 and 500 days, and my point would still stand. I didn't really think that it was the most appropriate time to be doing something super patriotic, but we made good music, and that is what I was there to do. And so that's what those were the stakes for me. Oh, I'm sorry. My fault. I misspoke. We made good music, and then also we sang Into the Unknown from Frozen 2 for some reason. That I can't justify. That was really dumb, and it had absolutely no place being in that concert at all. Like, I could see the audience, like, you could see the eyebrows on the audience be like, wait, what? Why is this here? Oh, Luke's sword. So good. Growlithe will be a lot more helpful against Cacnea once we get the ability. Ah, yes, Frozen, the most patriotic American movie. Yes, everyone's favorite. God. Ah, no, what a horrible feeling. Honestly, I think the reason that my director did it, and again, like, no disrespect to her, I get what she was trying to go for, but I think the reason that she included the song from Frozen 2, Into the Unknown, is because I remember when Frozen 2, because I know her family extremely well, so I think when Frozen 2 came out years ago, like, it was a big deal, and her kids loved that, so I think it was for them. Is the save bug issue in this game fixed for all games? Do you know? I do not know that. I have not received any confirmation of that. To my knowledge, it has not been resolved. If you stick around, you'll see that I do periodically give myself save states, and that really is the only way to kind of give yourself a little safety net, because saving the game in the normal way does not solve that issue, but save states does allow you to circumvent the issue. But no, it has not been solved, and I did fall victim to it last Sunday. We streamed for 6.5 hours, and the game crashed, and all that went away. And so I had to spend some of my free time this week after working on a majorly long project that you'll be seeing this upcoming week, spending my time on redoing everything so I wouldn't have to stream it for you guys, because I didn't want to put you guys through that. It's not fair to you guys to have to watch me do it all over again. I respect y'all's time too much. Hopefully it gets resolved soon. I agree, Uber Dan. Ooh, Mr. B joined on TikTok. Are you related to Mirror B? Okay, do Shadow Wave and yeah, we'll just undo Shockwave and Kecleon. Unfortunately, like my Pokemon's moves do not really enable me to exploit Kecleon's color change ability right now. A resub. Sorry, I didn't realize YouTube unsubbed me. Oh, that's all good. Penguin has coffee. Appreciate you resubbing. Hopefully my alert box will actually be attentive this time. I was just fishing in VR chat. How's the stream been? Stream's been good. Stream has been pretty good so far. We have not been at this for very long. This stream's been going on for less than an hour, Uberdan. Again, I had a concert to do today, so I didn't start streaming at my usual time. But so far, so good. We're just doing a little bit of grinding in Mount Battle to work on purifying Growlithe here. Because once we get Growlithe purified, then we can kind of concentrate back on the Shadow Pokemon factory. On 2D, thank you very much for following on TikTok. Appreciate you. And thank you for liking the live as well. Shadow Wave and this is not Pokemon Showdown. This is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Pokemon Showdown does not have nearly this much level of detail to it. We'll definitely, when Pokemon Champions comes out, we'll definitely be doing some stuff with that, to be sure. Like, I have already penciled in Pokemon Champions into my game night with the boys in a couple of weeks. Oh, good. Growl's emotions grew a fever pitch. I actually need that. Okay, call and bite. Calling out of reverse mode is so helpful. Looking forward to Champion so much. As am I. I know that there is some, like... There's a little bit of animosity that some people have. Mainly just because of, like, the booster path. But, like, my thought with, like, some of the paid stuff is, like... I do not sincerely believe, even remotely, that it's really pay to win. I think for some things, it's just, like... If you want to pay to get certain items faster, you can do that. The only thing I think you really would consider like spending in-game currency on like effectively is like if you really want to keep certain Pokemon or expand your storage. But I also have Pokemon Home, so I'm not really too worried about that. If I can just kind of just nab things out of Pokemon Home for the sake of usage, I think it'll be fine. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Mine's Rillaboom because it reminds me of Russell from Gorillas. Interesting. So my favorite Pokemon is Gastrodon. It's a Pokemon that I always love using. It's always consistently reliable. It's won me multiple tournaments ever since I was in 3rd grade. So I have a soft spot for the guy because like always pulls through in the end. Which is actually one minor concern I have with Pokemon Champions immediate roster is because Gastrodon's not available. It's not part of the initial roster as far as I'm aware. And I checked Cerebee's like a list of Pokemon they've confirmed to be in there. So I do hope Gastrodon makes it in because Gastrodon's pretty cool. It was a huge part of my team Pokemon Dregs. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you posted pictures of that in the Discord server, right? Yes, there we go. Get anxious. Get angsty. Feel the nightshade. Not Dre's, but it's a different one with a pair of regional Gastrodon. Love how it's a Pokemon that's stuck with you since childhood. Always a good sign. Absolutely. Okay, well, we need a call. We need a call, Growlithe. And then we'll do Shockwave on Ariados, try to get off the field quickly. Oh, perfect. That's definitely what I needed right there and then. Okay, that's just annoying. That is also annoying. Okay, Shadow Blitz and Bite. Hopefully that should be enough between the two. I just checked because I forgot. It was Pokemon Gadir Deluxe with the regional Gastrodon. Nice. So close. Oh, perfect. It got into reverse mode again. That's actually very good. That's why I kept spamming the shadow moves, because I know I can use Bite or Takedown, but the shadow moves are what more often than not trigger reverse mode. So I wanted to get that dealt with quickly. So let's do Shadow Blitz one more. Well, no. Call and then Bite. Okay, so I think one more battle with Growlithe, and then we should be good. All right, Luxor's grown to level 33. Oh, and Mochi has grown to level 33 as well. Nice. She's a proper like newscaster. That's a very bizarre trainer class. But also, like, what is a newscaster doing inside of Mountain Battle? Anyway, my favorite Pokemon is Tinkaton. I just love little trouble making Growlithe with the giant hammer. I like to name her Nora. Nice. I do like the concept. Tinkaton is definitely one of the best Pokemon they introduced in Gen 9. Just so well executed. Okay, while we're here, let's give the EXP shirt a lock. Just 2 more battles, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Well, carry on, Ciro. Catch you later. Thanks for coming by, Penguin. Appreciate ya. Yo, dude, I just completed Sonic X Shadow Generations. I beat both stories. Nice. That was a good game. Shadow Generations especially. Like, Sonic Generations is a little, like, iffy at times. Especially the final boss is not great. But Shadow Generations, man. Ugh. So good. Like, they understood the assignment of that game, really. Plus, it's the only officially licensed Sonic product where it has Sonic X Shadow, but it has nothing to do with their incredibly not canonical romance. Because if you look up Sonic X Shadow in anything else, it's going to be weird. I had fun playing as the ultimate life form known as Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, I got a story for you guys. So, my friend Paige, I talked about her a lot. She's got a sister, and Paige's sister is going through a real Shadow the Hedgehog phase at the moment. And one thing that is involved in that is Paige's sister changed her like Netflix profile picture to be Shadow the Hedgehog, which she was able to do because of that Sonic Prime show that they had. And so she changes it to Shadow the Hedgehog, and then Paige's sister gets a text from her mom asking why Paige's sister changed her her Netflix profile picture to be the devil. And it's just like, of course. Shadow the Hedgehog is not the devil. Shadow Hedgehog just gets tempted by the devil in a very, very funny fan dub. Growlithe can now be purified, and Spotmom is responding again. Pretty much the timing that we expect. Okay. Let's do one more fight, and then we'll move on. Oh, were you surprised that I'm a man? Aside from me, everyone in Area 4 happens to be a woman. Haha! One thing I found funny is how Shadow Pokemon are popular, but only seeing 2 fan games of Shadow Pokemon, Pokemon Bushido and Pokemon Radiant Topaz. Interesting. It is cool that there are even 2, though. Shadow Hedgehog just has a lot of fans. My favorite thing that we saw with Shadow Hedgehog the other day was we were at GameStop, and there is a Shadow the Hedgehog and Batman collab thing. So it had like a tiny little figure of Shadow the Hedgehog with like a Batman outfit on, and of course it had a little Batmobile to go with it. And it was really cute, but also way too expensive. So we just ended up getting Paige's sister a shirt. Ooh, facade. Fine, we'll just do it to get it out of reverse mode, and then the Hitmontop is a little tricky to figure out, because it's like it doesn't really have like exploitable stat weaknesses unlike the other 2. Because the other 2 Hitmon Pokemon, the trick to dealing with them is hit them hard with a physical attack, but not really effective here. So let's do this. Let's do Takedown on Wigglytuff and then Shockwave again. Oh, Volo has joined in the TikTok chat. The YouTube chat Nightbot is recommending the Discord server right now. Definitely recommend you guys give that a click if you want to join my Discord server. It's the absolute best way to stay on top of things as far as my channel is concerned, because I do my best to release videos every week, and I release videos on YouTube and Twitch, and of course Twitch streams, and then of course there's stuff I release on TikTok as well. And you can get notified about all that. Plus, the more people we have in the server, the bigger of a community we can get. Hopefully, I can try to get things nice and active there. But anyway, wow. Okay, area leader Boyden in a place that's all women. You know what? Credit where it's due. That's actually a really clever name. You get one, Pokemon XD. Well, I can see why you made it through this far. Here are your Poke Coupons. Things will get tougher for you in the next area. Folks, keep going. Yeah, it gets really tough in the next area. So, we're going to create a suspend point, and then we're going to head back because we don't need to be doing. He's a player for hire and all low interest. Heck yeah. All right, what do we get? TM42. What is that? Facade. That's a decent move. You don't know, Facade, base 70 power, not the most powerful move, but if you pair it with a Pokemon that also has a SAS condition, then the damage that Facade deals will be doubled. Arrow Leader play, Arrow Little Pimp, heyo. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we need to go to the Oasis Pokespot. And we need to deal with Hoppip again. Well, once again, we find ourselves here with an all but purified Growlithe fighting a level 12 Hoppip. You get one opportunity here, and it probably ain't going to allow you to live. But hey, thanks for playing, Hoppip. Again, had to be certain it wasn't another Surskit. Once you get a second Surskit, then I will absolutely just commit fully to not using this. Because the second Surskit is really just for the sake of saying I have another Surskit. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to go to Agate Village. Since we have taken the time to manually purify Growlithe, I figured let's also take the time to manually purify him inside of the Relic Shrine. All right, Growlithe. So smooth. I don't get it. I'm not gonna complain. Growlithe open the door to its heart. Growlithe regain the move Flamethrower. Really nice. What is this? Baby Sasquatch is a Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and Growlithe regain the move Charm. Also got over 6,100 EXP. So this is a game that was released on the GameCube back in 2005. And they re-released it on Nintendo Switch 2's online expansion program. And I'm not playing it here. Okay. So, all things considered, based on what we've established here, we're going to do a couple things. So first of all, Growlithe is still relatively underleveled compared to the rest of the team. I'm going to take off the charcoal for now, and I'm going to give... Oh. I don't have any room for it. Well, then we're going to have to do some stuff here. I know what to do. Because if I'm running on low on space, I need to do something about that. I hate that because like there's no good reason for them to have limits here. Let's like Final Fantasy but Pokemon version. Limited bat space. What is this? Gen 3? Ha 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 ha! Okay. Okay. You right. And deposit the focus band. Not gonna use the energy pad or energy root. Store water stone. Okay. I could definitely see why you would think Final Fantasy, but Pokemon though. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do, since I need to make room anyway. I'm not gonna waste any time here. I'm just gonna go all in. I'm gonna use the Firestone on Growlithe. I realize that Arcanine does learn some decent moves. However, extreme speed is not really worth it to me. It's not worth the wait. Growlithe already knows Flamethrower, so let's just go all in. If there's anything else I want to teach Arcanine, I can teach it with TMs. So there we go. We got a boy Arcanine. Now, let's try this again. Take the XP share, give it to Arcanine. And I'll put Lock back in the front. Now, seeing as Arcanine is now properly purified and now officially belongs to me, there is one other thing I want to do, and we need to go to the daycare center. And I actually want to check on a couple things. So let's see. How is Uber Dan doing here? It's achieved a 9 level growth, which means that it is currently at level 24. Not high enough. Alright, so we're going to nickname Arcanine here, and there's only one name that I want to go with. We're going to bring it back. S-E-A-R-C-H-E-R. Searcher, or rather, Searcher. The Arcanine. If you don't know, Searcher is actually the name of the Arcanine that I used in my Pokemon Fire Red Let's Play. I can't always just bring back Gullywash. So, we're going to bring back another party member. It's going to be Searcher this time. So our boy Searcher is back. Funny story, a few nights ago, me and a few friends were hanging out on VR chat. We usually do private rooms, but in the last one at an arcade, we accidentally made it public. We encountered someone with a Waluigi avatar, and one of my friends thought he was an NPC since there was a ton of Nintendo decorations, and his impression was perfect. Oh my god, I wish I could have seen that. That's really funny. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to go to the Pokemon HQ lab, because at the HQ lab, some Pokemon are ready to be purified in the chamber, and I want to take care of that before we deal with that. So it looks like I think one of them is like just one step away from being fully purified, because look at that! That one at number 2 is basically at 0. It's like a pixel off. Anyway, Nosepass is purified. So Nosepass, open the door. Appreciate the vertical stream. I'm glad you appreciate the vertical stream. I do have a horizontal stream if you do want to watch that. But the vertical stream is not. It's especially nice because I went out of my way to make the capture a little cropped, so it's just showing the 4x3 of the game. Because that actually makes it bigger on the vertical stream for you guys. At least with respect to how it would be widescreen. Yes, let's go ahead and switch sets. And purify Paris. Paris may be a monster in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but it is no threat here. Still, it's worth being purified once again. I'm a drone pilot on the road. This works excellent. Nice. All right, regain the move Spore. Incredibly helpful move, to be fair. Paris, regain the move Refresh. Refresh cannot normally be learned on Paris. Spore is one of the best sleep moves in the game. It's the only sleep move that's 100% accurate. So that is something to consider. Now, I have a feeling that as soon as I walk away, one of the Pokemon is just going to show up and ready, because, like, it's a pixel off. But I'll pretend that it's not going to go off any second now. Yep, there it is. Right as I get to the edge of the map. So let's deal with that one more time. Can I see the team real quick? What Eevee did you go with? Yeah, just let me deal with Zangoose here and I'll show you what I got here. All right, open the door. It's hurt. Got move Brick Break. Great move on having Zangoose. Also, you're going to move Refresh. Refresh cannot normally be taught to Zangoose, so take it for what it is. Okay, let's take a look at my team here. So, just as a refresher, so we have Locke, the Shiftry. Luke Sword, the Jolteon. Jolteon's the evolution that I went with for Eevee. We have Searcher, the Arcanine. Cosmic, the Claydol. Mochi, the Celio. And then Urshifu, the Ursaring. Now then. Oop. Okay, so we're just around 7:30. So I did not order dinner. I just decided I was going to heat something up real quick. So we're going to take just a couple of minutes for me to kind of get my dinner situation situated here. And once I get that all ready, then I'll come back and we will resume the live stream. Nice team is exactly what I'm rolling with right now. Haha, nice. All right, so we'll be back in a couple minutes, folks. BRB. Okay, we are properly back here, so let me pause music and kind of reposition a couple things back to how they previously were. Okay, chat windows are up, music's paused, resuming. Consequence of this is that my chat window, well, chat log on the feed disappears, but hey, y'all can speak up again and fill it back up. We can make it as though it never disappeared in the first place. So I guess while we are kind of prepping for our deal here, let's kind of give everyone back their essential items. So Never Melt Ice goes back onto Mochi. Silk Scarf will be given back to Shifu, and then Twisted Spoon will be given back to Cosmic. I also, while I have this opportunity here, I'm going to go to Realgam Tower because I really want to take advantage of this opportunity because I never get to do this, and I think like Arcanine's a great Pokemon to try this with. Because, you know, we got Flamethrower, we got Bite, we got Takedown. Those are all good moves. Those are all perfectly fine moves. But there's one thing that I want to try. That is... TM10, which is Hidden Power. I'm going to teach that to Arcanine, and hopefully we get something really nice out of that. Because, let's be honest, I'm not using Charm. Why Arcanine over Houndoom when every dark move is special generation? Arguably the best two options. Just speed priority? So I didn't want to do Houndoom. That just seemed a little too on the nose, because like everyone uses Houndoom pretty often. Part of the argument could be that I did not want to have two dark types on my team. Because that makes a lot of my team weak to fighting types. It doesn't particularly matter, though, in this game, because there really are not a lot of fighting types for that to really be a problem for. But, above anything else, I think that, yes, Arcanine does not have as good special attack, but it has overall a better stat total and just more well-rounded stats than Houndoom. Arcanine can deal good damage and withstand good damage as well. Double shift rate. Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking about right now. Yeah, so that's part of it. Not that it really matters. But yeah, I just wanted to do something a little different. It's just like I wanted to play something a little longer game here. Than just use basically all the Pokemon that you get from the Hexagon Brothers. Speed to low would probably edge it over. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Revive, 2 revives. So we're gonna actually head downstairs. This is not the required path for the factory, but I still want to do this. Just because there are some items down here, and also there is another battle that is not required, does not have any Shadow Pokemon, but does have more EXP, and that is helpful. Hello, Cipher Peon Colo with 2 L's. Would they make it Golo or Goyo? I don't know. Either way, your name is bad and you should feel bad about it. Especially since you're using water Pokemon. I got 2 Pokemon that absolutely crush that. Shockwave Artillery, go. Oh, since I didn't bring it up explicitly earlier, because I gave everyone else items back, and Luxor never lost his, Luxor told him Magnet. Ah, excellent. Searcher is already at level 30. See, that's why I waited to use Giga Drain. So now we'll do Giga Drain on Lantern, Shockwave on Clamperl. Let's bring this home, baby. Lantern's a great Pokemon to use Giga Drain on because Lantern has a lot of HP. Of course, that's not necessarily good for, you know, dealing with Pokemon quickly, but hey. I got Giga Drain, I got leftovers. I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna use Bite on Lantern instead of Giga Drain. Clamperl is funny because it can learn Shell Smash. Imagine Clamperl smashes Shell and the Purplar just going on a rampage. It is funny. I will say, Shell Smash is such a deciding factor because, like, because of course I had to do extensive research on Clamperl when I was doing the Heart Gold Let's Play. And one big thing that really came up is that Gorbis learns multiple support moves for itself. Huntail doesn't learn anything. It does not learn any support moves for itself. And that Shell Smash absolutely makes a difference. Because in later generations, Huntail becomes so much better just by having that. There we go. Koyop is gone. Keep quiet on the shop floor, please. Just breaking into some random character. Okay, let's see here. There you are. Okay, TM24. What is that? Is that... Well, screw Shockwave! Forget about Shockwave. Now we got Thunderbolt, baby. Oh, to be clear, Jolteon cannot learn Thunderbolt via level up, so it's the only way that's going to happen. I didn't know a Pokemon game was on the GameCube. Oh, yeah, there's two. Well, technically there's three, because there is Pokemon Box, but I doubt they're going to do that. Pokemon Box is basically just a really, really big PC that you could deposit Pokemon in, but Pokemon Box also has the added function of you being able to play Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. But, that's not really something that people factor in. And they're definitely not going to put Pokemon Box on the Switch too, because that's just ridiculous. They're probably just going to release Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald like they did with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Oh, Hugh, I'm downright bone-weary. We're under order to take full shipload of Pokemon and turn them into Shadow Pokémon. But we'll be done with this job soon. Then I'm going to take a good long bath to unwind. Just casually talking about how tedious your job of evil criminal activities is. Like, my God. I love this area so much. It's so imposing. That little voice that kind of laughs at you while going through the area. It's so good. Okay, so right here is a healing machine. This is going to be our friend. This is what's going to keep us here for a while. Okay, so we need to kind of work our way through as best we can. I need to think. Okay, we can't... I'm pretty sure this is going to lead to a dead end. Okay, yeah, because if I push that there, it's just going to block me off. Okay. So let's push this down for now. What we want to do is want to head here, which leads to you. Who gave you permission to enter? Your mom did. Got him. Cyber PM Gorog. You know what? That almost works. That is so close to working, and I find it annoying. Like, we almost had a chat. Oh, right. Back to business. Okay, Shelder is a Shadow Pokemon, and as such, we are going to Fake Out and Thunder Wave on Shelder. Oh, wait. Thunder Wave's not going to work, is it? Pretty sure Lightning Rod also absorbs Thunder Waves, right? Yep. I forgot. I knew that's why Brighthorn was there, too. I just totally forgot. Okay. In that case, let's do Giga Drain. And then, I'll chip away at Shelter just a little bit more of a quick attack. At the immediate moment, it's not safe to Thunder Wave Shelter. But that'll certainly help with it. Swalot. Haha. Make your jokes, chat. I dare you. Okay. So now we're going to do Shadow Ball on Swalot and then Thunder Wave on Shelter. So Swalot's defense did sharply rise as a result of using Amnesia. But don't forget that Shadow Ball is a physical attack in this game. Because all Ghost moves are physical, even though it does not make a lick of sense. Nope, pun intended for, like, lick also being a Ghost type move. I'm going to do one more quick attack on Shelter. Just chip it away a smidge more, and then we'll focus on catching it. Yeah, see, it did the same amount. I used a Cloyster competitively a few generations ago. Focus Sash, Skill Link. The move Shell Special, Ice Wave, Rock Blast, Explosion. It was grand. Oh, that does sound fun, actually. That sounds like a great moveset. Yeah, Skill Link is busted. It's crazy. Like, I thought Skill Link was not something that was available in Gen 5. No, like, Skill Link was available on Shelter very early on. I don't think it's there in this game, but it's definitely in Gen 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, Shelter has been caught. All right, Swalot is taken care of. Crazy how much effort they put into the move animations. Oh, yeah, like, this is why, this game is why people are so unbelievably critical about modern Pokemon animations. Because it's this game that set the standard. Like, I don't think y'all understand or appreciate that. Like, it's crazy. Let's see. Hi, what am I eating? Well, I've just finished some heatable corn dogs, and now I'm eating some Ritz crackers. This is the greatest game of the franchise. I wouldn't say absolutely greatest. Like, definitely, it's definitely one of the best games in terms of like mainstay combat. Like, you know, if you're here for battling, that's it. I'd say the overall best game of the franchise is probably Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. That is a phenomenal game. is so unbelievably well written. There's so much to do in that game. Like, you'll be playing that for hours, and it'll never feel tedious. What? Just brute force? Well, no. And just brute force my way. I caught your shelter. Very careful planning. PP up. Okay, so we're gonna actually head back down, and we're gonna go to the HQ lab, just because I want to get shelter in the deals quick again. Actually, we don't need to put it. We don't need to go to the HQ lab, but we do need to head out because even though there is a healing machine here, there is not a PC here, so we can't put Pokemon in the purified chamber from here. That'd be so ironic if we could do that. Quickest way, I think, is going to be through Mount Battle. Okay. Nope. We need to do it through the Purified Chamber. I remember growing up, lugging my GameCube to school and friend's house. 90 kids here. Not everyone had the games, but showing up with the GameCube in this game, good times we had. Oh, I 100% agree. I unfortunately not grow up with a GameCube. I grew up with the Wii, but the Wii, you know, it had all the ability to play GameCube games on it. So I still grew up with the GameCube games. I think weirdly enough, like, I think my very first introduction to Pokemon Coliseum was on all things, it was on a Disney cruise ship. I don't know if you guys know how the Disney cruises work, but when you're a kid and like the parents drop you off for like the staff to take care of like their special kid areas, you're put into different areas depending on the age group that you're in. And like it's vastly different for the Disney cruises especially. And I remember one of the things I got to do while I was in like my specific age group area was play through Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube. And I was like, where has this been? And unfortunately, I never bothered to ask where it had in fact been. But I found it later, and I never regretted it since. That's actually one of the like appeals of like that new Steam machine that they're gonna release at some point. Just because it's cube shaped. Okay, so you might think that your first inclination is to mess around up here. No, you don't want to do that. You actually want to do push this over to the side and go this way and head down. Oh, aren't you a cutie? Have you gotten lost all alone? Nah, I'm good. I recall doing that on a Disney cruise growing up and up as well. Hyper Champions X month reboot, what Coliseum is about. Oh yeah, no, Pokemon Champions, I'm gonna be doing stuff with that. Like, just you wait. There will be stuff with that done. The beauty about my relative position is like, how do I put this? I'm in a position where like one of the things that I'm trying to sell to people in Pokemon Champions is the whole like like being able to unlock certain battle music, and I definitely get the appeal. And if I ever like get in a position where it's like, oh, I can easily afford getting this with the in-game points without really breaking my deal here, then I'll definitely get some. But the nice thing about my position is when I'm recording stuff for content, I just turn the music off in game anyway, because it's easier to record with the music off for stuff like that. And it's just like, I can just record without music, and then Editor Griffin will take a minute, and we'll just be like, hey, put in Pokemon battling music. Put in like the Blueberry Leaf 4 music in there or something. And then I can have whatever music I want. And it's great. Shadow Ball and Thunderbolt. There we go. Now we're getting some real good damage here. All right, let's start coding level 34. As some of you may have gathered, this particular trainer is optional. So she's not going to have any Shadow Pokemon. This is just for extra EXP and getting those items. But it's still worth it. Okay, let's do Secret Power and Thunderbolt on Masquerade. Oh, jeez. I do like fully recognize like the bit of irony of not using my Arcanine against a trainer that's all grass types, but at the same time, it is fun to try to work with Pokemon that are not necessarily optimal, because it makes the battles more interesting, in my opinion. Okay, one more Shadow Ball ought to do it. Okay, there we go. Okay, right here we get 3 Ultra Balls. Very nice. And a rare candy. That worth it to you guys? We'll go ahead and press on for now. Maybe because we have to go upstairs. We want to head back down anyway. Okay. So I need to think here. So both of these doors have to get pressed if I want to accomplish anything. Okay, so let me think here. So I think we need to move this over to open that door and open this puzzle here. It's actually like a whole, well, relatively new puzzle. Like, moving the boxes by ourselves is not necessarily brand new because we've seen this before, but pressing the weight down on the buttons to open the door, that's relatively new. 3 full heals, very nice. All right, just a little further. I like how the camera kind of shifts depending on where exactly we are. And bam. Although you hear the door open, but you don't necessarily see it. Okay. Door's been open, and the nice thing is, once you have a door open, it will not close again. So we don't need to worry about like the leaving the room and then the doors close up again. Nah. Just need to get through. Okay. Nope. I felt a bad thing, chat. I had a bad feeling. You gotta be good to get this far. Yeah, I know. The glitch is prevalent. Mother heckin' glitch, y'all. They'll get ya. Oh, would you look at that? Unfortunately, it's not for it. It's Beedrill. Obviously, Beedrill is not necessarily the best Pokemon, but it is fully evolved. And I'm pretty sure it's holding an item that boosts the power of Bug-type moves, so if nothing else, you should get this Beedrill if you're raising a Bug-type of any kind. I did not mean to use Fake Out on... Oh, wait. For it, use Follow Me. That's why. It's like, why y'all going for Furret? Because we were forced to. So Beedrill's using Shadow Hole as a reminder that forces Walk and Luxord to stay in. This move would be busted in the competitive meta, as I've said many times. Okay, well, since you're going to be that way, let's go ahead and use... let's do Giga Drain, and then... gonna do a Thunder Wave on Beedrill. Again? Do you want to die? Okay, that's what I figured you were going to do. What is it with you and... I guess they're just really trying to keep me from paralyzing Beedrill. Well, if it was going to be a critical hit, I guess I shouldn't complain, but... What the heck? Okay, let's see here. Should be able to do it now with no issues, so... Let's go ahead and do Secret Power. Well, no. Let's be smart about this. Secret Power on Beedrill. I'm confident it can withstand one, and then Thunderbolt on Togetic. Thunderbolt will roast Togetic alive, and then we can concentrate on what comes next. There's also the chance that Secret Power may also paralyze Beedrill, so if that happens, that would be to my benefit. However, Beedrill is not his only Shadow Pokemon. Pidgeotto is as well. A lot of Route 1 Pokemon in this guy's team, to be sure. But, hey, at least they're mostly evolved. Okay, come on. Okay, no paralysis, but that got Beedrill just where I want it. So, we're going to do the same thing. Yeah, we'll do the same thing with Pidgeotto, and then this turn we're going to Thunder Wave Beedrill. And then next turn we're going to start chucking balls. Come on, one of you gets paralyzed, please. Nope. Oh boy, Shadow Panic. It's been a while since we've seen this. As a reminder, Shadow Panic is also really busted in move and double battles, because Shadow Panic can cause confusion in both opposing Pokemon. It's not guaranteed to land, however, so you do have to keep that in mind. But here's what we're going to do. So, let's do a Great Ball on Beedrill, and then for Luxort's turn, we're going to Thunder Wave that Pidgeotto. I'm confident that a Great Ball between Beedrill being paralyzed and in yellow health should be enough. 2, 3... Okay, come on. All right, that is one down. So another great ball at Pidgeotto, and then for Luxord's turn, we'll just do quick attack, just to do some more chip damage. And we'll just repeat this process 1, 2, 3 until it all gets cleaned away. But it is paralyzed already, so I'm confident that this can work. Nope. Not quite enough, it would seem. There we go. It's in yellow health. That should be enough, but is once again going to try to confuse Locke, and Luxord avoids it like a boss. Okay, one more time. Quick attack. One, 2, 3. There we go. Pidgeotto and Beedrill are both mine. Not decide as if I were a pylon. His name is Locke, by the way. It's almost reasonable. God bless the spot monitor. Well, I have to go out anyway to put them in the PC, so it's fine. But it's not gonna be easy. We'll deal with the Poke Food box another time. We can't reasonably get to that one. Heal Machine, since we are here right now. So I don't know if you can tell. I'm not sure it's too long. So if you look really closely at the Pokeball spinning on the screen in the healing machine, there's a line next to the Pokeball. A green line, and I don't know why. I've never seen that before. It's probably just because like this game is so well rendered in this system, but what is the deal? Those guys are taking the ultimate power nap. Okay. Next item of business, Pokespot, Oasis. Please give me a Surskit, because anything else is gonna die. Well, friends, looks like we're gonna have to just end the life of another Pokemon here. It is level 17, so I'll tell you what. I'll give you one chance with the fake out. You survive, you live. You didn't survive, because I used a critical hit fake out. God dang it, Locke. You're too good at this. I actually need to switch Locke out, because Locke is level 34. There's definitely Pokemon that need to work on their levels a little bit more. So let's put Mochi and Urshifu in. Give them a little time in the sun to do their things. Okay, let's see. So, oh right, Beedrill's a poison barb, not the bug item. I knew it had something. So yeah, if you're raising a poison type of any kind, definitely should be sure to catch Beedrill. Okay, there we go. They're queued up, so we're gonna press on. Okay, let's see here. Yep, we're all ready, so we just need to concentrate on moving up. Okay, let's go right here next. Hyper potion, 2 hyper potions. A lot of different stuff here for us to work on. So, can't go in any of these rooms right here. What's the point of this intersection? Just to separate the rooms? Ah, here we go. You get on my nerves the way you scurry around. Well, I'm sorry. I only consider it one way. Hey, at least mine is not Cleto. This is a... Like... God. I want to know who's responsible for these names. Because they are awful. Alright. We got some good moves to work with on my Pokemon here. So, let's do this. I don't know which one's faster. That's the only thing. Just to be safe, let's do Ice Beam on Smeargle and Return on Absol. Oh yeah, Mochi's taking those hits now. Scratch? Absol. Come on, you don't have anything better to use than Scratch? If you die right here, that's because of you. Yeah, Return on Ursaring is universal delete button, as I have said before. It's so busted. The fact that you get it basically immediately on this Pokemon is absurd. Ah, dang it. Okay. Let's do Ice Beam on Donphan and then Return on Smeargle then. You use... Okay, that's really annoying because Smeargle can theoretically know any move, and you use Sketch to cheat Smeargle's Scratch. Like, for shame, Smeargle. Chansey has like a decent team, all things considered. Like Donphan, Ampharos, like those are good Pokemon. And Tentacruel. Yeah, this is a decent team, really. Okay, let's do... Okay, well, we know that at this point she does not have any Shadow Pokemon, because if she did, it would have been brought out already. So, now we can kind of safely go all in. Not that Urshifu hasn't been putting in his work, but still. But it is worth acknowledging that Urshifu is faster than Mochi, so we need to play on that assumption moving forward. Fire Punch? You don't often see that on an Ampharos of all things. Alright, Cleto has been defeated. Oh, I so don't like you. Well, I don't like you either. Your name's Cleto. Stupid. Okay, HP up. Now then, ladies, what are you up to? The man in charge, Mr. Gorgan, is on the top floor of this factory. Are you an acquaintance of Mr. Gorgan? Let's see, what did you say? Oh, busy, busy, busy. I have to put in overtime every day. Unbelievable. It's terrible for my complexion. What do you do exactly? Are you just like, are you penciling stuff in for Gorgan? I don't know. Nobody called for me, but here I am. Ta-da! Me, anytime I stop a start a stream. Flippus. You spend your childhood doing cartwheels? I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Do Blizzard and return on Chime Echo. Oh wait, Blizzard may have actually been a bad idea. We're gonna find out if I regret it right this second. Okay, no, I do not regret it one bit. But I do need to be more cautious about using Blizzard. And of course, Blizzard doesn't hit anyone. I was worrying for literally nothing. Okay, Ice Beam on Noctowl, return on Kecleon. See what I mean about the just universal delete button? No Shadow Pokemon on you either. Very strange. Certified Blizzard moment. You're right. That is a genuine Blizzard moment. And that is a certified Ice Beam moment. Well, since we know that there's no risk anymore to using Blizzard, let's go all in. Aside from, of course, the obvious risk of it missing. Okay, if it doesn't hit, well, it's not going to hit Mightyena. That doesn't count. Mightyena used Dig. Doesn't count. But if it missed Noctowl, that would have just been stupid. Because how do you miss something that can't move? Okay, so we know that Urshifu is faster than Mightyena. So we're going to concentrate Ice Beam, and then for Urshifu, let's use Rest. Why not? Just have it fully restore itself. And Urshifu is asleep, but he leveled up. Oh, and Searcher also leveled up. Makes it 33. Good game. I lost? I'm in shock. Really? I thought you'd be frozen in fear. Get it? I'll see myself out. Okay. No, you're not allowed to go any further. Do you have any other Shadow Pokemon for me? Targ? Who names their child Targ? That was pretty fun, not gonna lie. Well, thanks. Thanks. Okay, now, one might think, given the immediate circumstances, that Urshifu coming out of sleep is a problem. But, here's the thing. I just call Urshifu, and he instantly is back in the game. This is the really nice thing about Rest in this particular game, is I can just use Rest and then instantly get back Urshifu in the fight next turn. I don't have to worry about waiting 2 turns. But if you didn't know, when you put a Pokemon to sleep using Rest specifically, they will wake up in exactly 2 turns. Always and always. These Cyber Peons are, like, really throwing out some decent mods at me. Because, like, Ninetales, Jumpluff, Azumarill, those are all good Pokemon. Okay, let's do Water Pulse on Ninetales and Return on Bro, I have thick fat, I'm pretty sure. Your Ember's not gonna do anything to me. I may not naturally resist fire, but I ostensibly do with thick fat. Honestly, my biggest problem is that leech seed. It's proven to be a big problem. So let's do one more water pulse and then another return. Here we are. So our next Shadow Pokemon is Tangela. And for those of you who are curious, no, Tangela does not evolve into Tangrowth in this particular game. Tangrowth was introduced in Gen 4, which was made after Pokemon XD. So Tangela is as you see it. But, I mean, pure grass type, which is actually relatively rare, and in all fairness, it does have decent special attack and physical defense. However, that's not her only Shadow Pokemon. She also has a Shadow Butterfree, which is honestly a problem. And at this point, I really need to get Urshifu off the field. So, Mochi, we're not doing Blizzard. Let's do Body Slam on Tangela, get some chip damage, and then let's get Luxord back in the fight here. Not that Urshifu doesn't have his own ways of dealing with damage, but at this point, having him around is just going to be counterproductive. And I'm very glad I did exactly that when I did it, because now I'm locked into Mochi and Luxord until one of them faints. And Shadow Mist is actually pretty good at this point, because Shadow Mist is more problematic now that certain moves like Shadow Panic are possibly part of their movesets. But I'm not worried about Body Slam being a problem because Tangela has good physical defense. So we're going to do another Body Slam on Tangela, and then for Luxord's turn, we're going to Thunder Wave Butterfree. Shadow Rush? That's just straight up not good. Butterfree's not a good one. Oh, this is new one. Shadow Rave. It's a more powerful version of Shadow Wave. Basically, it does the same thing, except it is stronger. Also, canonically, it sends out spikes from the ground, which should just straight up kill my Pokemon if it spikes like that, but I understand. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Body Slam on Butterfree. I'm sure it can withstand one. And then... yeah, it should be able to withstand one. Then we'll Thunder Wave Tangela, and then we'll start throwing balls. Shadow Rave is such a problem. Pokemon survive worse than spikes on the ground, to be fair. That is fair. I'm just saying, when you look at the descriptor of Shadow Rave, it's just like, that should just straight up impale my Pokemon and kill them. That just should do that. Okay, we'll do Lock next. We can get a free Fake Out on Butterfree. Okay, so for Lock's turn, let's do Fake Out on Butterfree, and then for Luxord's turn, let's throw an Ultra Ball and try to get Tangela off the field. That way we can just concentrate our attention on Butterfree. One. Nope. That didn't work at all. All right, Butterfree's not doing anything this turn. Tangle is paralyzed. Perfect. Okay, let's try one more time. So we'll do... We'll throw a ball in Locke's turn this time. We'll do Great Ball for Tangela. And then Luke's Sword. Let's do Quick Attack on Butterfree. Get it down. One, two, three. There we go. Just got unlucky. You have to match the color, chat. Because it matters so much more than it ought to. Okay, now Butterfree is a pretty similar position, and for some reason it just keeps wanting to use Shadow Mist. You're definitely in a position where you can hit both my Pokemon easily, given that Shiftry's lost 4 stages of evasiveness, and Jolteon has lost 6. It can't get, like, the evasiveness can't get any lower. Alright. So, same deal here. Great Ball on Butterfree. And Quick Attack. And I'll just keep rinsing and repeating until this works. One, a 2, a 3. How many Great Balls does it take to get a Butterfree? 1. What, you think the world would never know? Not in this house. You're not supposed to win. Well, you're wrong. I don't have anything. You're just straight up wrong. What do you mean I'm not supposed to win? I'm the main character. Of course I'm supposed to win. Griffin doesn't rhyme with lose. It rhymes with win. Spot Monitor's responding again, and I need to heal anyway, so. Don't underestimate evade shenanigans. One time playing Pokemon Stern, I dealt a Muck Uzella team 6 times and was hit by Dynamic Punch. That's crazy. I don't necessarily underestimate evade shenanigans. I just underestimate a Pokemon that only ever attempts to lower evasiveness and then does nothing else. Like, I realize I snagged the opportunity from Butterfree to do anything else, but, you know. It gets to be a free Pokemon now. Alright, back to the Oasis. Fanpip! Bye-bye, Butterfree. Not that kind of free. Not that kind of free, I'm afraid. Alright. Fanpig, given the situation here, you get 1 shot. Alright, well. I gave you an opportunity, and you've lived. So therefore you can stay, provided you get in this ball. One. Alright, well. I don't play the priority notification. I get no priority notification from my dad just about silly posts that he's trying to send me. It's like, not the time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, Phanpy has been sent to the storage system. So let's go back here and start depositing Pokemon again, since we're in the area. Okay. Ooh, actually... Yeah, I need to get that Miracle Seed, so let's put Butterfree in for now, and then we'll go ahead and grab that Miracle Seed. So let's do this. Just in case I decide to have the Miracle Seed on Shiftry instead of Leftovers. Leftovers have proven to be quite invaluable, but Miracle Seed could be helpful too. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Put that at number 6 so that the flow goes a little better. Okay. Let's proceed back to the factory, or the key lair as it's called. Okay. Yep. Searcher is just about where I need him to be. Getting one more level on him, and then we'll focus on the good stuff here. And hopefully figure out what Hidden Power's type is. Unfortunately, there is no way to determine what Hidden Power's type is in this game, except through trial and error. So we just kind of have to figure out one bit at a time. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, Elizabeth is online. Okay, so how do I get there? There's no way to get there. It has to be from downstairs, I would think. It's not from upstairs. Alright, Shelter is ready to be purified. I'll hold off on that for now. It's not on this side. I'll figure this out. I know there's got to be a way to get up to that section in the second floor that I'm just not able to get to yet. something shiny in there. That'll be fine. Okay. Head in here. Let's see. Oh, hello. So, it's you, is it? The one who's been causing a 14% loss in manufacturing productivity? Ah, you're the kid who dropped in on us at the SS Libra. I see now. You know far too much more about Cipher than you need to know. If nothing's done about you, there's a 98% likelihood that this factory and the Shadow Pokémon pen will be endangered. In that event, the danger to Cipher goes up a whopping 54%. That's critically bad news. I suppose I'll have to coax you into giving up the chase right here. Well, at least we finally get our revenge against Snidel here, which, again, I stress he should have been the one called Smarten, given his prolific to be statistics. So he actually has some very interesting Pokemon here. And I actually need to be very careful how I proceed with this. So, first up, we have Shedinja, level 31, as Wonder Guard for the ability, meaning that it can only ever take damage from super effective attacks. The caveat is, Shedinja only has 1 HP, so 1 super effective hit and it dies. Alternatively, there's Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet is a big HP tank that really only knows 4 moves: Counter, Safeguard, Mirror Coat, and Destiny Bond. So, I think the best play for the immediate moment is going to be Body Slam on Wobbuffet and Lick on Shedinja. Because Lick's not very effective. Oh god, that's worse. Lick normally wouldn't do that much damage, but that's the thing. It only needs to do 1. You're not going to counter my Urshifu just with a Shedinja. Okay, so Wobbuffet is using Destiny Bond. That's a bit of a problem. Wobbuffet, the anime was funny. Wobbuffet's actually one of... It's weird to think about this, but this is the case. Wobbuffet's one of the only characters in the anime who did not get a new voice actor when they made the change from 4Kids to, well, the Pokemon Company dubbing it. Wobbuffet's voice actress never changed. Like, Ash Ketchum, May, Brock, Misty, screw them, but God bless if we have Wobbuffet change, what value do we have as a society? Where do we draw the line? Apparently it's at Wobbuffet. Okay, Magneton is a Shadow Pokemon. And moreover, as I have pointed out a few times already, Magneton does not evolve in this game. What you see with Magneton here is what you get. So, I need to think about how I want to proceed with this. I can't, well, I can paralyze it with, normal means. So, I'm just going to do return. I'm just going to take the L on this one. Yep. Turn down Urshifu. It's necessary sacrifice. Good job. What's up, Motabu? Appreciate you coming by. All right. Do Body Slam again, and then Thunder Wave. I really don't want to risk anything here, despite how much of a risk Magneton presents to me. Okay, let's do this, just to make our best shot here. What's up, Isaac? Let's do Steel resists Dark in this game, right? It should. I know it doesn't in later games. The Dark Ghost it doesn't resist, but I'm pretty sure in this game it does resist Dark. But I think Bite's going to be better than Body Slam given the circumstances. But you know what's better than that? Getting in the ball and actually making my setup work out. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Yes, I was right. Steel does resist Dark in this game. Yeah, I don't know why they made they made Steel a lot less resilient in later games. But to be fair, Pokemon like Metagross are busted with the amount of resistance they had in earlier gen games, so I understand. I think one more bite should be okay. But hopefully this Great Ball should be enough. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Manaton is mine. And Snidle has been taken down. Oh no, my calculation is all out of whack. Okay, what does this get me? System lever. Ah, very nice. Now, I'm pretty sure if I talk to that scientist, he's going to fight me, so not going to deal with that yet because we need to go back and heal. No, I'm crazy. There's gotta be a way. Maybe it's this way and I'm just not seeing it? No? This is down here. That's the entrance to the building right there. Why did I do that? I just screwed myself out of getting through this room safely. Okay. Oh, goody. Spot monitor's responding. Okay. I know the loop's annoying, but again, Surskit needs to be pursued, and once we get another Surskit, then we'll never have to do the wild areas ever again. Plus, Shelter is ready to be purified, too. One, two, three. God bless. With the Hoppip here. Alright, Hoppip. You get one chance. You're not going to survive a Body Slam, but you might survive a Water Pulse. You do that, and you can come with us. It was fun to watch the stream, but I'm going to head out. Alright, Uber Dan, thank you so much for thanks for coming by. Go again, Surskit. Well, I already got Surskit. I just need another one for my personal collection here. But I appreciate it regardless. One, two, three. Hoppip is mine. Okay, head back to the Pokemon HQ lab. Get Shelter purified now. And maybe if we're lucky, someone else will be ready to be purified by the time I walk into the building. Not likely, though. Plus, we need to get Manaton queued up in the purified chamber as well. So, a lot to get accomplished here. Bam. Yeah, a couple of them are pretty close, but we probably won't address them in this visit, but we will address them in the next visit. All this walking around is definitely going to be beneficial for Uberdan the Trapinch. Okay, Shelder has regained the move Takedown. That's okay. That's not a great move on Shelder, to be honest. Got the move Refresh. Like many cases, Shelder cannot learn Refresh under normal circumstances. Okay, we need to put Magneton into our system here. Magneton is holding a Metal Coat item. That is basically worthless. It's just good for boosting Steel-type moves, because Metal Coat would only be useful if you had the ability to trade Pokemon. And while the original copy of Pokemon XD... While the original copy of Pokemon XD definitely does give us the ability to trade with the GBA games, this version of the Switch 2 does not enable us to do that. So that item is basically worthless. All right, Pidgeotto has opened the door. Pidgeotto regained the Wing Attack. Pretty standard fare for a Pidgeotto. And it got Refresh, like always. It is pretty much the move that you always see. And not always. Like, you do get some other like rare moves, but Refresh is the move that most commonly gets placed on the Pokemon. But again, you don't get that move on Pidgeotto. Like, you can't ever teach Pidgeotto to Refresh under normal circumstances. So it is rare for that reason alone. Okay. Let's head on out one more time to the Cipher Key Lair. Okay. Here it is. That's what I was missing here. I realized the mistake I made. So, move this here. Full restore. Go down. Go up. And now, get an elixir. Awesome. Now we've taken care of all the items on the second floor, so we don't need to worry about getting them again. We can just concentrate on the top floor now that we have gotten to all the places I need to go. I just realized I have 2 HP yet, so I should probably use those. So, give some to Mochi, and then give an HP up to Cosmic, because I like him. Okay. Okay, Beedrill is ready to be purified, but we will save that for when we come back there next. I'm not going to drop everything again just to deal with Beedrill. But I do want to check with that scientist to see if there's another battle to do. It definitely is optional, and there definitely wouldn't be any Shadow Pokemon, but I think there's something. We achieved a technological breakthrough for transforming many Pokemon to Shadow Pokemon at the same time, unlike the old slow way. That's how we managed to deal with all the Pokemon from the SS Libra in this short time. We can keep doing it too. If anyone tries to meddle with our fantastic plan, this is what happens. Yep, I knew it. how does this game differ from Emerald, Leaf Green, etc.? That's a good question. Well, first of all, very different presentation in terms of the graphics. So every battle in this game is a double battle. You do not counter wild Pokemon for the most part. Most of the Pokemon you obtain in this game are Shadow Pokemon that you get from your opponent. And so part of the challenge is just catching the Shadow Pokemon from them and purifying them. You know, there's no Pokemon League, there's no champion, there are no gyms for you to fight. It really is just you trying to deal with the crisis at hand. If you do want to challenge yourself in a lot of battles, there are Coliseums for you to fight. There's a 100 battle gauntlet for you to do called Mount Battle. There are similarities, however. In fact, the Pokemon in this specific game actually rely on their Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green movesets for leveling up purposes. But yeah, it is very different from a lot of Pokemon games, especially for like this particular time. Because there definitely were some 3D Pokemon games before the Gen 3 games, but those didn't really have a proper story mode. So this is one of the only few that actually is like, if you want to have a battle simulator, you can do that. If you want a proper story mode, you also have that going for you as well. So those are some of the key differences, I would say, when it comes to how it differs from Emerald and Leaf Green. Thank you for liking the live, Pugs. Appreciate it. Oh, of course, Vileplume, it missed on it. That's so annoying. Okay, let's do Blizzard one more time and return on Stantler. Calm Mind's animation is very bizarre. There we go. Oh, good. Searcher is finally at level 34, so now it can be properly helpful because now it's at the same level as everyone else. Another Intimidate Mon. Come on, Mochi. There we go. Okay, Ice Beam and Return. I know that Return probably won't do enough, but that's only because of Intimidate. Nice thing is Granbull is also relatively slow, so even next to Mochi, it's not going to do anything. Okay. That takes care of Cipher R&D Hospital. Well, I'm sorry to say, but it looks like you should upgrade your hospitality. Ha-ha! What's up, Dark Flame? The majority of Shadow Pokemon were made here have already been transported out. I've also heard that the Cipher HQ has completed Final Tune of XD001, the Ultimate Shadow Pokemon. What game is that? This is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is a GameCube game that was released in 2005 that has since been added onto the Switch 2's GameCube library. How am I doing? I'm doing well, Dark Flame. I've had a very long day. Had a concert to do with my choral society. And that was a thing that I don't regret doing, but I only don't regret it because we made good music. I don't necessarily appreciate the theme of the concert, however. I thought it's Pokemon Stadium. Well, Pokemon Stadium, it's interesting you bring that up, Games Anime, because when it comes to this game does use the models from Pokemon Stadium. So all the Gen 1 and Gen 2 models found in Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 are used in this game. The only new models with respect to, you know, the previous two generations anyway, is the Gen 3 Pokemon. Dark Flames, he has subscribed. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to switch out Mochi because, well, no, Mochi, I can restore. I can restore her. Easy. We have Freshwater. for times like this. Okay, let's go. I'm impressed that you got here. I'll have to make you feel welcome. I'm 90% sure that Fuddler over here is not required, but we'll still fight him anyway. Any opportunity I can take to boost my Pokemon's levels is going to be appreciated. So I think we are either like right at the level I need to be, or just under-leveled, and I don't want to be under-leveled. That is a Machoke. That's one of the first instances of us actually finding a fighting type that could be problematic. But fortunately, Machoke's, it may seem ironic, but Machoke's physical defense is actually worse than his special defense. So against a beast like Ursaring, it's not really an issue. Of course, Fortress avoided it, and Golem avoided it. Certified Blizzard moment. Why? Okay, Blizzard again, and Metal Claw and Golem. There we go. That's what I like to see. Come on, Blizzard. There we are. All right, Mantine is up next. Okay, we'll do Blizzard. Oh, there's no PP left for Blizzard. Okay. Water Pulse then, and return on Mantine. Mantine does not have good physical defense in comparison to special defense, and return is coming from +1 attack Ursaring, so that should instantly do it. As always, Nightbot is going to be suggesting links for you guys. I do recommend that you click them. Anything that you are willing to click and do support the channel is sincerely appreciated, but of course, is never required. All right, Fortress, come on. Ah, man. It's just rapid spin. It's fine. Okay, Ice Beam on Crobat and Return on Fortress. Given the circumstances, I think Return should be able to do this, even while it's not very effective. Still +1. There we go. Just had to power through it. All right, Mochi has grown to level 35. And Urshifu has grown to level 35. So we should probably rearrange the items a little bit. There we go. And like that, Fuddler here has been defeated. Some welcoming party this is. It turned to my going away party. Get it? It's because he faded out of existence. Okay. Let's rearrange the party a little bit. So let's take the leftovers from Locke here and give Locke the EXP share for now. And I'm gonna put Luke's sword in the front and Searcher in the front. We're gonna give Searcher his debut time now that he is all prepped and ready to go. So Charcoal on Searcher, Mad on Luke's sword. Got some good Pokemon here, and I'm curious to see what certain kind of stuff it's got. The trainer names in this and Coliseum were wild. Oh yeah, no, the trainer names in this game are ridiculous. Let's see what this guy's is. Above here is the factory's all-important control machine. I can't let you pass, even if it takes inches off my chest. Let's see what we got. We have Angic. Angic? Like, we're so close to actually having something almost good, but instead we have Angic here. That's just bad. Behold the beauty that is Searcher and Luke's sword. It's intimidation, but that is fine. Let's do Flamethrower on Hitmontop and Thunderbolt on Golduck. Get some nice, good damage right from the start. Look at my beautiful Arcanine. Such a jank sprite. It's such a jank looking model, but I love it. He's so good. Yet another case of us encountering a fighting type Pokemon, but no worries. One, two, three. Okay. Now that we're in this situation, Majestic Fire Pupper, absolutely. Now, one thing I do need to figure out, though, is what type Hidden Power is, because we have not worked that out yet. So, I'm going to do Thunderbolt on Hariyama, and then we're going to do Hidden Power on Hitmontop, and we're going to find out. Hopefully. Okay, it's super effective on fighting types, which means that it is... That would mean it's either a psychic or a flying type attack. Because fairy ain't a thing here. So, unfortunately, testing on Hariyama would yield the same results. We can't confirm either way for certain, but we can be funny about it. So, Hidden Power on Hariyama, and then Quick Attack on Hitmontop, because Hitmontop's down to 1 HP. Well, that's not really going to help my situation either way. Especially given that Venomoth is a Shadow Pokémon. Well, I don't think Hidden Power is very powerful given its relative defense. Like, yes, these Pokemon do have a lot of good defenses and HP, but... Okay, let me think. I'm gonna do... Well, I said I wasn't gonna do Lock. Yeah, I'll do Lock. I know it's got the EXP share on, but I really need the Fake Out right now. Okay, let's Fake Out Venomoth, and then Thunderbolt, Hariyama, and just get it dealt with already. Pretty sure he's got more than one Shadow Pokemon, so getting some chip damage in now is going to be helpful. Yep. As I recalled correctly. Weepin' Bell is also a Shadow Pokemon. And unfortunately, because of the situation this particular game finds itself in on the Switch 2, because I used the Leaf Stone to evolve Nuzleaf into Shiftry, Weepin' Bell can never evolve. It is stuck as a Weepin' Bell. There's nothing I can do save for entirely resetting the game. So, sorry, not sorry. Just gonna... This has nothing to do with the current situation of the game. It's just I think it's been a minute since I've done a suspend point. Just in case the glitch happens again. Let's do the Secret Power on Weepin' Bell, and then Thunder Wave on Venomoth. Okay, come on. There we go. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So let's do this. So let's use Lock's turn. and throw some. Let's throw an Ultra Ball. We have more Ultra Balls than we do Great Balls at this point. Let's throw an Ultra Ball on Weeping Bell, and then we'll quick attack on Venomoth. I realize I could have more stuff here, but still. Thank you, Christina, for following. Appreciate it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Weeping Bell is mine. Okay, Luke's sword's done. Okay, Cosmic could probably be good at this point. They bug. Okay, let me think. Okay, so Venomoth's a bug poison type, so let's do this. Do Ultra Ball and then Mud Slap. Pretty sure it does not have Levitate, so this should work? Question mark? 1, 2, 3. That works too. Results are the same regardless. All right, Angic, what do you have to say for yourself? I have you beat in chest muscle size. Well, you know what? You got me there. I can't really argue with that point. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I have to heal. I don't have a choice. I've lost too many of my Pokemon. I try to push it, but I have to. Fortunately, I don't have to leave the whole area. I just have to go down a few stories to deal with it. But there's no real effective way for me to prepare for the next fight except by just going down a handful of flights of stairs. And for some reason, someone keeps moving this box in my way. But they forget that I have the ability to use HM Strength outside of battle without actually knowing HM Strength. I can just do boxes. Okay. Pressing on. Just have a couple more fights that we need to do. I think, like, based on what I recall being the case, I believe we have 3 more fights that we need to do. First of all, I want to grab this. TM26, what is that? I want to say it's Earthquake. Boom, baby! I know how this game do. Well, I think we all know what is going to learn Earthquake here. Yeah, that's the only option here. Cosmic. So Ancient Power, Hyper Beam, Earthquake, and Psychic. God, Cosmic is going to be doing so much for this team. Okay. All right, you. What do you have to say for yourself? Okay, now all there is to do is adjust the voltage. Let me see. Where's the system lever? Huh? Whoops, I left it on my desk. That's not smart. Oh, hey, that's my system lever. You went and got it for me. Thank you. Wait, who are you anyway? You don't belong here. Darn, if the voltage goes up even a little, the computer controlling this whole facility will shut down. And oh my gosh, if that were to happen, the Shadow Pokémon production software could be destroyed. How would the software be destroyed? Hardware I can accept. Software makes no sense. I can't let you lay one finger on this control machine. I'm just an intern. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, Acrod. Again, just banging the point home. like someone brought a child to the world, looked at this little infant baby glistening in the sunlight, and named him Akrod. The reality of that is haunting. What's more haunting is the fact that Grumpig is here. Okay, this would be a good opportunity to test hidden power, but I'm not gonna be greedy here. We need to concentrate on dealing damage. Let me think. So 120, flamethrower 95 plus the V 40. Yeah, flamethrower would deal more damage. Believe it or not. And Thunderbolt Citra. Let's go. Flamethrower Thunderbolt combo. It's basic, but it works. Unless you use it on Grumpig's, of course, because Grumpig's annoying and you can't kill it instantly. Nice Digimon game. What's it called? This is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is a game that was released on, originally released on the GameCube back in 2005. And they re-released it on the Nintendo Switch 2 as part of their expansion pass. So with that said, we are here playing it today. Okay. So need to be careful here. I'm gonna bite on Camerupt and Thunderbolt on Grumpig because I want it gone. Gosh, 2005? I feel old. Yeah, no, you're telling me, Christina. Like, God, it's been 21 years. You hate how time flies, but that is our reality that we sit in. What I find kind of interesting is like the relative perspective that people are going to find themselves in, because in our immediate situation, like there are people that are going to play this and play Pokemon Coliseum, and they're going to be playing it in the reverse order, because for some reason they have not released Coliseum on the Switch 2 yet, and I am curious to see how they would react to Coliseum being released second. Focus energy? Why? Okay, anyway, just keep at it with the bites, I suppose. Thunderbolt Seeking. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Shadow Pokemon, but if he does, it's going to be after we deal with Seeking. There are some scientists that do have Shadow Pokemon. Oh, wait. No. It wouldn't be that, because we already caught a Shadow Swinub. It wouldn't double down with that. Oh boy, that may be a problem. Well, your little attempt to boost your focus energy there didn't pay off. Okay, Flamethrower on Piloswine and Bite on Camera. Go. All right, Flamethrower. Hopefully this should just do the job outright. There we go. All right, Luxor's leveled up, level 35. And that takes care of that. You can't have it. Give back the system lever. Well, you can't have it. You can take it from me if you were able to. But unfortunately, Butterfree's been purified, and Tangle's is ready to be purified. But more importantly, it says to adjust voltage, use the system lever. Warning, do not raise voltage too high. Raise voltage, do you want to lower it? I'm gonna raise it. Alright, use system lever to raise the control machine's voltage. The control machine's gone wild. Just take a second to heal because I know it's coming up. All right, anyway, big explosion time. Yeah, not really the epic explosion you all were probably expecting, but hey, it shut down at least. What's going on? The production line stopped. The control computer's not responding. Oh, hi, Smartin. How you doing, buddy? Oh, you're the punk from the SS Libra. You're behind this, aren't you? Oh no, what the blazes? The Shadow Pokémon production software has been deleted. Okay, real talk. I can understand the hardware getting shut down from me raising the voltage too high. Why would the software get deleted? You guys, like, so many ways you could have made that back up. Whatever. Gorgan gets furious if things don't go his way. He's going to chew me out again. And you think beating me in a Pokemon battle is going to fix all that? I think not. But anyway, we are finding Smartin once again. Similar team to what we were dealing with before, only this time it's a Huntail and Cacturne. Unfortunately, I have direct counters to both of those. So do Flamethrower on Cacturne, Thunderbolt on Huntail, and the rest is history. We struggled against this guy before. Auto system wanted to prevent their enemies from getting it, maybe? Possibly. I just think, like, because I understand the importance of having backups. You'd think they'd have a backup somewhere. Again, I just don't understand the voltage destroying the software. Hardware, I can fully accept. But it just... Like, what if some intern just screwed up one day? It's just like, you got, like, for it, I don't know. I feel like it should be a little harder to shut the whole thing down, just clinking one little thing over. But anyway, okay, we're going to check Hidden Power against Wheezing and confirm exactly what type it is now. We know that it's either Flying or Psychic. If it's super effective against Wheezing, then it's Psychic. If it does normal damage, then it's Flying. So we'll do that, and then Thunderbolt on Ursaring. All right, let's confirm here and now. Okay, so it is, in fact, a Psychic type attack. That's pretty nice, actually. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be a very strong Psychic type attack, but it still gives Arcanine a little bit more coverage. Again, there was no way to confirm, but I just wanted to see what Hidden Power could do. So let's do Flamethrower. Yeah, let's do Flamethrower on Ursaring and Thunderbolt on Wheezing. And then I'm pretty sure I recall what his last Pokemon is, but I'll let it speak for itself. Ooh, Locke leveled up. Locke is now at level 36. Probably should change it out here. All right. He has a Shadow Pokemon, and it is Arbok, or Charbaka for those of you who are well cultured. But more on that later. Flamethrower. Okay. Now, Arbok has a very weird move, so I'm going to be very careful about how I proceed with this. So I need to think. How do I want to handle this one? Charbuk. Okay. I am confident that one bite should not be a problem for Arbok. We're going to do Bite, and we're going to do Thunder Wave. And then we're probably going to see what Charbuka's signature move is. Because I know what this Shadow Arbok can do, and this is crazy. Okay. Oh, flinched. Nice. Okay, well, in that case, we'll do one more, and then I'm going to also throw a Pokeball this turn. I'll do a Great Ball at least. But I'm not going to screw around. If we don't get to see it, I'll explain what Arbok can do in a minute. 1, 2. Okay, we might see it this time. Man, we are getting real lucky with everything here. If it ain't the flinch, it's the paralysis. Totally shutting down his strategy here. Okay, actually, just out of caution, we'll do the throw on Searcher's turn, and then we'll do quick attack for Luxord's turn. Definitely getting some slowdown here, but that's okay. One. Nope. Okay. It's in the yellow now. We're going to see it. Nope. Still no. Can't do it, but I'm not doing any more. Well, I can afford to deal more damage. It's okay. Quick attack damage is irrelevant, but I'm hoping we actually get to see what it can do. What's up, Eli? Come on, you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I guess since we didn't get to see it, Arbok has a new shadow move called Shadow Half, which halves all the HP of every Pokemon on the field, including itself. So yeah, really crazy. Now we do have one more fight to do. Unfortunately, the spot monitor is responding. Plus, we do need to heal, so we're gonna fully go back, take a minute to recover, and then we'll deal with the boss of this area, and then we will be done. We are definitely not getting through like the complete end of the final dungeon in this stream. No way, Jose, is that gonna happen. Not a chance in here. Okay. Pokemon healing machine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pokemon are fully healed, and now we just need to check the spot monitor. And I guess we can also queue up Pokemon in the Purify Chamber, since we did get a couple more. What is this game called? Napkins, this is Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness. This is a GameCube game that was released in 2005 that has been recently released on the Nintendo Switch 2's online expansion pack. So we are playing it here properly on the Switch 2. I just have the capture a little cropped, so you're only seeing the actual game itself and not the like weird sidebars to offset the fact that this game was rendered 4:3 instead of 16:9. All right, another day, another Hoppip. With really funny wild Pokemon music. Oh, Hoppip. This is not a good situation for you to be in. I'm gonna create a no suspend point because it's been a few minutes. All right, Hoppip, you get one shot. Yeah, I'll give you the best odds possible. Hidden Power Psychic. You survive this, and you get to come with us. Oh, you managed to live. One, 2, 3. Oh, I have the expansion pack, so I can go play this, I bet. Yes, you definitely can. I am going to say, though, just so for your edification, there's been a bit of a well-known glitch going on with this particular game. And so I highly recommend, while you're playing this game, just to periodically create, like, the save states for yourself. Because saving the game should normally work, but there is a weird glitch that can happen that can cause the game to crash. And when this happens, it deletes any save progress that you had made during the session, even if you did save before, before the thing crashed. But the save states are not affected by this, so keep that in mind. But Nintendo is working to fix this, I think. Anyway, purification time. Let's go. There we go. All right, B-Drill has opened the door to his heart. Which of the consoles is this on? The Nintendo Switch 2. It is not available on the Nintendo Switch, well, the original Nintendo Switch. B-Drill again, the move Baton Pass. Again, as we've pointed out many a time, Baton Pass is not a move that can normally be taught to B-Drill, so it is only available on B-Drill in this particular game. Butterfree. So it was originally part of the GameCube console, so you have to use the GameCube app on the Switch too. Yeah, so it's the the GameCube app is where you would find it. Yeah, Butterfree getting the move Psychic. Really good move to have on Butterfree. And we're getting the move Morning Sun. Very nice on it. Yes, God bless. You ever play the Mega Man Star Force games? I have played one on the DS. I could not get too far into it. The gameplay was just not for me. But I know some people who are very passionate about it. Like my friend Minermal. He's slowly working through all the Mega Man games. He's working to get like the Star Force re-release on the Switch when that comes out. But it's not my thing. Yeah, Gain, you're entitled to your opinion. They came with the Legacy Collection a bit ago. Yeah. Minermal was very excited about that. Okay, yeah, we have 3 Shadow Pokemon to queue up at this point, so let's do it. So put Venomoth in. There's the Silver Powder I was thinking of. Oh, yeah. So here we get a real, like, high afloat here because Bug Poison is really effective against Grass Flying. Yeah, so Venomoth is going... Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. There we go. Put it in number 6 here. Okay. All right, Shadow Pokemon's queued up. Pokemon's all healed. They were some of my favorite games growing up, and it's sad for so long not being able to play them. Well, I'm glad you're excited to see that they are available on the Switch too. Well, on Switch in general. I know that that's kind of the beauty, because like some games, like I cannot fully appreciate, but I always am happy for those who are. It's like I love this game and I love the opportunity to play it. That's part of the reason that I'm playing this game. It's not just because it's the newest thing from Pokemon since Pokopia just came out, but yeah, it's like this is my childhood. It's such a critical component of my childhood, and I will never not enjoy playing through this game, despite its flaws. Okay, welcome Esteban Cross. Okay, we are fully healed, so only one thing left to do, and I need to think about how to proceed, because I know it's coming. I still haven't played Pokopia Isn't Good. I have not played it either. So I'll kind of talk about it a little bit later, but my immediate statement right now is I don't have any immediate plans to play it unless someone is very, very generous in the stream chat. Because there's no physical release of the game, and well, not proper physical release. So it's the key card, but I don't count that. So if someone wants to pay me for the time and for the game itself, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, I'll put lock up front for this. Put on the... Nope. Leftovers. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, price is nuts. Well, and again, part of it's the price, but part of it's just like the principle of it. Which really hurts because, like, my good friend Paige, and I cherish her very much. She is gaslighting me so hard to play that game. She really wants me to play Pokopia so bad. Anyway, boss time. We got a rough fight ahead of us, so bring us up. Hi, Jacob. How you doing, buddy? Where are all my crew? You wiped them out? Every last one? Impossible! One kid took down all those Shadow Pokémon we made. Ah, you reckon my factory? You smeared dirt all over my good name and standing. Guys, Donkey Kong, look at this monkey man here. You done it now. I'm seeming mad. There's no forgiving that, ever. Be prepared to drop. No monologue, just immediate. You're so cool. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you. Anyway, Cyber Admin Gorgan would like to fight. Gonna be sending out Lairon and Celio. So Gorgon's strategy, for those of you who don't know, is the Earthquake strategy. So the idea is one Pokemon is going to use Earthquake while the other uses Protect. Fairly common practice in double battles. I am going to try to play the long game here. So let me think. I don't know which one he's going to do. So I'm going to fake out Lairon and then do Earthquake. Nope. That did not work. What is this Pokemon game again? This is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It's a GameCube game released on the Nintendo GameCube in 2005. And it has gotten re-released on the Switch 2 as part of their online expansion pack. Oh, we almost had it with Celia right away. Locke is tanking those Earthquakes really well. Okay, so now it's going to switch. So Lairon's going to use Earthquake, Seal's going to use Protect, so I'm going to concentrate my attention on Lairon here. Oh, actually did not go for... Interesting, I really thought that I was going to go for another Earthquake. What's my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Gastrodon. I think just overall is a Pokemon that I will never stop coming back to. It has always been very reliable. It's helped me through lots of tournaments ever since I was a kid. And it's just a really good Pokemon with a really good type. Looks like you've been out Earthquaked, Gorgon. What's next on the menu? Slowcade. That's a bit of a problem. And Ursaring. Okay. That boy's so underrated, but so good. Yeah, he is underrated, and it makes it really frustrating for me that they did not bring him back for Pokemon Champions. Like, I'm sure that he'll show up at some point. I'm confident that he'll show up at a certain point, but why is Gastrodon not in at the start? All right, let's go. Why is that, though? So I think the idea of Pokemon Champions having like a certain limited roster, because again, there are literally over 1,000 Pokemon. There's 1,025 Pokemon at this point. And I think what they were trying to go for is like really trying to make sure that newer players to like Pokemon Champions weren't getting overwhelmed by the vast amount of options. So I think they wanted to try to keep it simplistic by just having a lot of really good fully evolved Pokemon, no legendaries, and nothing like would be really complicated with specific items or like the Eviolite to start off. But they tend to have champions last for a very long time. So it's inevitable that champions will have other things in the long run. That's the explanation they're giving anyway. I still don't think that fully justifies Gastrodon not being in the game, but hey. Oh! Locke holds on by a hair. Okay, we're going to do Giga Drain on Ursaring, and then we need to be very careful on how we proceed. Let me think. Okay. I think that Primate, given Cosmic's relative power, can probably withstand things. So, probably can withstand one Earthquake. It's all right. That should be enough. Yep, Locke's just barely hanging on. All right, Primeape is in a good spot. And then Ursaring is out. But unfortunately, we're not done here. Because in addition to Primeape, he also has Hypno as a Shadow Pokemon. This is definitely a big problem. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do we're gonna use Secret Power on Hypno. And then Cosmic, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna throw an Ultra Ball on Primeape and see if I can't get lucky. It's almost at the yellow mark. And it definitely could be in a better position. It could also be worse. My favorite Pokemon is Charizard, but if you think it's basic, Electros. No, listen, you're allowed to think that Charizard's a good Pokemon. I think the big thing that people don't like about Charizard is just it gets a lot of preferential treatment. Because it's the only one of the original Kanto starters to get 2 Mega Evolutions. It got a Gigantamax form before any of the other Pokemon, well, any of the Gen 1 starters did. So I don't think liking Charizard is basic. Again, Charizard just gets a lot of preferential treatment for better and for worse. All right, Luxord. Sorry I didn't miss this, Christina. Pokemon Digimon and Mega Star was my whole childhood game-wise. I did like Digimon for a good while, and I do still like it, but I've not gotten into it properly recently. Yeah, it's overrated here as a Pokemon company. Haha, yeah, you're right. Okay, Luxord, let's Thunder Wave Primeape. And then I'm going to do Psychic on Hypno. I'm confident that Hypno can withstand a Psychic. I think it's reasonable to make that claim. There we go. Charizard is good. It just gets Golden Child treatment. You're right. Okay, Luxord will probably survive, but Cosmic's done. Cosmic did do a lot, though. It's very good. Bye for now. Hungry. All right, Jacob. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so yeah, Urshifu probably be best here. Okay. Okay, let's do Thunder Wave on Hypno, and then Urshifu, we're going to throw another Ultra Ball, and try Primeape again. It is still in the green, but it is paralyzed now, and that does make a big difference. 1. Nope, still a problem. All right, I think we'll have to whittle them both down a little bit more. Hypno's a big problem, honestly. Hypno's the real problem here, so... Because those Shadow Storms are very powerful. Because it's basically a Shadow Surf. It's base 90 power. And it hits both opponents. Like, yes, it's not The damage is divvied up because of the double battle rules, but still. All right, I'm gonna try Timer Ball on Primate, and then Urshifu. I'm gonna use Lick on Hypno. Try to get a little bit more damage on it. One, 2, 3. All right, Primate's out. Now we just have to worry about Shadow Hypno, and then we're good. Okay, good. It's yellow health. It's paralyzed. We just got to outlast the Shadow Storm, which is easier said than done. Okay, actually, let's do Luke's Sword can use Quick Attack, and then Urshifu will use its turn for do an Ultra Ball. One, 2, 3. There we go, chat. Hypno is also mine. We have defeated Cipher admin Gorgan. Got a good chunk of money out of that, too. That's it. You're not getting away with this. No way, no how, no ifs or buts. I'm not taking this. I'll blow up the factory with you in it. Why do you keep roaring at me? I am a child. Oh, hello. Gorgan, that is quite enough, except that you have lost. Master Greeble! Ho ho, we meet again. You do remember me, don't you? Yes, indeed. I am Mr. Varric, or perhaps I should say Greeble, the Grand Master of Cipher. I must say, I'm taken aback. I never once imagined that you would destroy our factory. But that's not important. Even though the mass output of Shadow Pokémon has ended, our plan itself is unharmed. We have already completed XD001's final tuning. It now rests with me. XD001, the ultimate Shadow Pokémon that's resistant to purification? Now I shall prepare our final plan to activate XD001. Do you honestly think you can stop me? I shall be at Cipher's HQ. It is on Citydark Isle off the coast of Gation Port. It is an impregnable fortress that repels all with cruel waves and thick clouds. No one can reach it. Then how are you there? Come if you dare. I'll enjoy waiting for you. Ho ho ho! Master Greeble has such a wicked sense of humor. No ordinary ship can get close because of the rough seas, and even if you do manage to get on the island, the place will be swarming with trainers carrying the Shadow Pokémon I made. Even though there should be a lot more Shadow Pokémon. If XD001 didn't drop that ship in the desert, we wouldn't have taken so long tuning the Shadow Pokémon. Yahaha, but it doesn't matter. There's plenty of Shadow Pokémon to welcome you in style. How many are there? Heh, I can't tell you that. If I did, it'd floor you. It's just a matter of time before the world belongs to us. You better be ready for it. So, now that we've defeated Gorgan, we'll do one quick thing here. So, we're gonna grab this. It is a list of manufactured Shadow Pokemon. We can have download it onto the PDA. So if we want to see what's coming up, we actually can do that. And I'm not going to show you guys the list just because I need to entertain the possibility that someone is watching this for the first time. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could literally spoil every new Shadow Pokemon that we're going to see for the remainder of the game. But yeah, I won't do that. I guess technically I could have done that from the outset just by going to Google, but you know. If you want to know preemptively what you're going to be up against, you can definitely find out. It's not necessarily going to tell you the order that you're going to find them in. But, you know, if you want to know what's in store, if you want to try to play your team around something that you're going to find in the future, you can definitely do that. But, we're just going to head on out because we're pretty much done with our business here at the factory. We've been robbed! Wait, what? What are they talking about? Darn it! Give it back! Bring it back! You alright, my guy? These two weird guys took off with the Shadow Pokémon. One had like a mohawk and the other had hair like a ball. Gee, who do we know looks like that, huh, chat? Darn it! They made off with the last Shadow Pokémon that came off the production line before it shut down. Okay, what exactly is the last Pokemon that they took, though? Anything to say? The abducted Shadow Pokemon was a Dragonite that ended up being the last Shadow Pokemon to be made at this factory. That means that Dragonite is the last authentic Shadow Pokemon. Well, so we know it lies at the end, but there is so much in between here and the end. Because, like, if you think I've gotten a lot of Shadow Pokemon so far, just from all the encounters we've had, you ain't seen nothing yet. We're not even close to getting all the Shadow Pokemon that are available in this game. But speaking of Shadow Pokemon, let's head back to the HQ lab here. And there aren't any Shadow Pokemon that are ready for purification, I believe. But we can, at the very least, well. Okay, number 2 is like all but done. It's like a minute out from being cooked here. So let's just get Primeape and Hypno queued up here. Rotate to Larvitar. And then number 5, we'll put Hypno in there. Get up to Zubat, and now we're good. Let's just give it a second here. There we go. Oh, is there ready? Is there one ready, chat? Pop! All right, Mataton's opened the door to his heart. Mataton regained the move Double Edge. Not ideal for a Mataton, but okay. Mataton regained the move Refresh. And Mataton regained the move Rain Dance. That's really nice because in addition to Rain Dance, part of Mataton's moveset is that it has Thunder. So if you want to do the Rain Dance Thunder combo, Mataton can single-handedly facilitate that for you. So, with that said, let's save the game here. Got a lot of Shadow Pokemon today, to be fair. Okay, suspend point just in case. Okay. Okay, I think, just given what time it is currently and given what we've achieved today, I think we're going to go ahead and end this live stream here. I know this wasn't as long as yesterday's stream, and I do apologize for that. But like I said, I had a big concert to do today, and I needed time to recover from it because I was so tired after the concert. I just needed a few minutes to kind of refresh myself. So thank you for understanding. Now, looking ahead into the week, just kind of viewing what I have planned to do. Last week, I had to work on a big project for the channel. And it is going to be ready. So I'm going to queue it up so you guys are aware of it. But on Wednesday, there's going to be 2 big things that's going to happen. Okay, you're going to have a nice, really long but really cool video for you guys to see on Wednesday. Kind of deviates from the usual schedule. And in addition to that, on Wednesday, we will absolutely be doing a live stream of Pokopia. We will do it. I will have a live stream of Pokopia Wednesday, definitely. So, We'll have a live stream of that. But in exchange for those two big things on Wednesday, there will not be any new episodes of the Pokemon Heart Gold Let's Play this week. There will be new shorts for the XD games, of course, but aside from those shorts and those two things on Wednesday, there's not going to be any new episodes of Pokemon Heart Gold. The last week's work that I had to do just took up too much time. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for your understanding and patience, and I hope you look forward to what comes out this week, because I'm really excited to get into Pokopia on Wednesday, and I'm definitely excited to show you guys that really cool video. So look forward to it. If anyone is watching on Twitch, feel free to stick around, because we're going to go raid Carissa's channel momentarily. See you all next time, and good night.